They're not always the cheapest. But I know they're going to work. That's why I put my name on them when I do research for them, for these different companies that hire me to do that. Well, so along, along goes about a week or two. We've got this machine in there. I'm doing this research on this stuff, and I keep hearing more and more testimonies. And I'm thinking, after I watched that DVD, that, everybody's got a horse in the race, right? They are thinking, they've got a testimonial because they're trying to sell a machine. I mean, how could everybody have these results with drinking water? It just couldn't be. That's what always frightens me, no offense to multi-level marketing. But as I started to explore it more and learn the science behind the water, the beauty of this machine became clear. The machine hooks to your kitchen sink, and by running ordinary tap water through this machine, you filter out all the negative stuff like arsenic, cadmium, lead, heavy metals, chlorine, Cialis, right? All the pharmaceutical drugs that get in there, you filter all that out. And then as it passes over 7 titanium platinum covered plates, 230 watts of electricity hits this water, and it changes the water in 3 remarkable ways. The first way is it turns this H2O, hydrogen 2O, it cleaves off one of the hydrogen molecules and makes an hydroxyl. And this negative ion is a super antioxidant. That's all I needed to hear, because I've been preaching the benefits of antioxidants. My patients that are in the audience know I was talking about that 20 years ago. Antioxidants are what slow down the aging. They help to squelch out the ravaging effects of wrinkles and gray hairs, but even more importantly, they help to shut down things like inflammation. They help to stamp out things like cancers and other diseases. So antioxidants are crucial. And yeah, I'm probably one of the only people that eats 7 fruits and vegetables a day. Most of us do not do that. And yet, I saw this technology of just drinking water, something you should be doing every day, that you could load up every cell in your body, these 100 trillion, 300 trillion cells that you have in your body. You could saturate every cell with an antioxidant by drinking water. When I had the medical clinic, we had fibromyalgia patients that came from all over the country. When they came in, one of the things that we did is we gave them intravenous IV therapy, high doses of vitamins and minerals and vitamin C. We were one of the first clinics to ever do that. And we did that because I realized the only way we could get these high doses of vitamins in the patients without them being in the bathroom all day. I mean, try taking 10, 20 grams of vitamin C, what happens? Okay, I rest my case there. You're in the bathroom all day. And so if you can do the same thing with this water, if you've got water that's 10 times as strong antioxidant as vitamin C or green tea, man, that's impressive. So that got me really excited. Now, the other stuff about this machine, I didn't really grasp until later on as I started doing more and more research. The second way this water is changed is it is microclustered. Why is that important? Microclustered means that the water molecule becomes smaller. It's 1/2 to 1/3 the size of a regular water molecule. Well, we think of oxygen as being very, very important, and obviously it is. You can't go very long without it, right? But oxygen doesn't even work until it gets in the cells, and what drives it into the cells is water. So oxygen can't do anything without water. In fact, our entire bodies, which are made up of 75% water, don't work like they're supposed to unless you have enough water. That's why you can't go that many days without drinking water. The body literally shuts down. Every brain communication, one neurotransmitter to the other one, when you're making serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine, that's mediated by an electrical current, a neurotransmitter, and water is the medium, the electrical system, the conduit that allows this to happen. The lymphatic system, which allows us to get toxins and drain them out of the body, that is driven by water, potassium, magnesium pumps that allow this lymph to be able to get out of our system. Everything that happens in our body is, water is needed to make these different systems work. If you can drive more water into a cell, not only can you hydrate the cell, you can get more oxygen in the cell, you can make the cell have more energy, and that when you do that, you have more metabolism. That's why when I heard people were losing weight on this water, I said, yeah, right. No way. But when you realize that with the water, you're getting more oxygen in the cell, and the metabolism goes up, absolutely. You do. You can do that. The other thing that happens is, what I see with my patients is, and myself, is now that you're getting more water into the cells, you're also driving more nutrients into the cell. I mean, the cell's job is to try to get the bad stuff out and the good stuff in. And one of the ways it does that, it uses it uses water and magnesium and sodium and potassium and other electrolytes to be able to cross over the cellular membrane. What determines the permeability of this membrane is largely how much water or how good your water is. And so it made sense to me after I learned this about the microclustering that, yeah, you could increase your metabolism. You could lose weight on this. We're seeing now that athletes are lining up to buy these machines because they realize if they can stay hydrated, their performance goes up. They realize that if they can stay hydrated, they can rebound faster from an intense workout. For me, what I saw pretty quickly was every week, probably once a week, sometimes twice a week, I'd wake up in the middle of the night with Charlie horses, these incredibly muscle spasms that you get in your calf. How many of you ever had one of those that wake you up in the middle of the night? They're brutal, okay? They're brutal. You wake up in the middle of the night, and some nights you can't stay in bed. You have to get up and put your weight on it to make it go away, right? Well, sometimes in the middle of the night, I'd scream out in the middle of the night. It's not a very popular thing to do in my household, little kids, okay? So, and my wife's a redhead, and so you don't mess with redheads. So that was not a good thing. And I was drinking half my weight in ounces, which I've been preaching about for years. But I also work out an hour or an hour and a half every single day. And depending on if I'm outside running or where I'm at, I mean, I'm probably dumping a lot of water when I do that, a lot of sweat. As soon as I started drinking the water within 1 week, and it didn't even occur to me until just here recently that I haven't had a Charlie horse since I've been really drinking this water in December. That, to me, is pretty amazing. The other thing that happened for me that was pretty incredible is my energy quickly went up. Now, I thought, oh, this is just the placebo. I'm wanting to believe there's something to this. But I'm telling you, I get 5 hours of sleep a night, and I go all day. Now, I used to do that because I had to, either because one of my kids would get up in the middle of the night, or because I had a manuscript to finish, or a research journal that I was writing, or something, and I had no choice. But I always paid the price next day. I always feel like I was hungover, like my old fraternity days, okay, the old days, when I would have too much to drink. I felt miserable the next day. I would get through it, but I really didn't feel very good. Now it's rare that I sleep more than 6 hours a night. And I'm up at 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning ready to go and feel good. The other thing that happens in this water is when this water passes through these plates, the water turns from acidic to alkaline. And Jody's going to go over and talk to you about the settings on the machine and the particulars about the machine. But what is important about the alkalinity is this. We know that the healthiest state to be in is alkaline, somewhere around 7.2. Now, your blood has to stay at 7.3. If it doesn't, you would die. If it becomes acidic, you really start to have very poor health very quickly. And so at all costs, what it will do, it will make sure it pulls calcium out of bone. It will pull magnesium out of muscle. So you get muscle spasm, tight, achy pains. You get lactic acid buildup, which is what I see in my fibromyalgia patients. You get all these conditions that are nothing more than your body trying to buffer the blood to make sure that it stays alkaline. Because most of us are acidic. I mean, how many people drink coffee? How many of you drink red wine? How many eat red meat? I mean, most of us do. And most of us, and I would say, and if I were a betting person, I would say everybody in this room, unless you're drinking the water, you're acidic. Even I, as I share with you, I was eating 7 fruits and vegetables a day. I was 6.8. That shocked me. I was shocked. 2 days after drinking the water, I went to 7.2. That's how quick it was. Now, that's not a panacea. That's measurable. That's something you can see. When eczema goes away, that's something you can see. There's no placebo there. So I really started getting more and more excited about the water. We know that if you stay acidic, you run the risk of dumping more and more calcium into the bloodstream. And when you do that, you have increased risk of arteriosclerosis. Now, I could do a whole lecture about the fallacy of cholesterol, which means nothing, by the way. You'll have to just read my book to learn about that. But what does mean a whole lot is the acidity of the body, this chronic inflammation that your body